Is it England if your train ain't delayed? So you guys, today Manchester bound, River and I, 2 whole days, quarterly, off-site. Got an Airbnb booked. Out of office replies are well and truly on. We've got a couple of meetings that we're going to have throughout. However, this is really a time for River and I to do some of this deep strategy that we've been chipping away at. More on this to come, but there is a potential Yugen agency rebrand on the cards. Few beers here and there, be rude not to, right? So yeah, come with us. We're going to document this whole thing.
I'm excited, man. I feel like we're in a good place as well. We've cleared our plate, got to inbox 0. Let's just see how long it lasts. But yeah, here for a couple of days, going to an event, CommonMatters. See the boys from HyperFocus and amongst some others. So really excited for that. And then the rest of the time, yeah, focusing on plenty of internal bits, systems, operations, all the stuff we've been talking about, waiting to get around to, but not had the time to do. So yeah, just have a brainstorm session and execute on what we can.
All right, so we're here, we've arrived in Manchester a little bit later than planned. That was my fault. Not only was my train delayed, but I was scrolling TikTok when my train did arrive, so I missed it. Shout out to the TikTok lady, told me to come here. So let's see what we're working with. House of Social should be good. Get some work done, get some munch. But how you get in? Is this the wrong way? River, we've been cooking up something in secret that not a lot of people know about right now. Why don't you tell us a little about something?
What, spill the beans? We've been having a couple of discussions over the past week or two around a potential joint venture. What is it? In short, it's design as a service, so a second kind of arm to our business and what we currently do. And what we've really identified here is it's a pretty saturated market, but it's proven to be pretty successful and lucrative.
See, I wonder here if this could be sort of baked into the strategy that we use this DaaS business as a bit of an on-ramp for potential higher ticket projects with Yugen, you know, so it's like we're demonstrating competence, they're seeing the killer work that we do, but we intentionally, you know, we're very conscious about not blurring the line between what we do here and what we do there. And development, for example, could be one of those where it's like, okay, feels like you've graduated from this, or you know, you now need more sort of strategic support. That's where we've got our, that's where Yugen agency comes in. I wonder if there's any use cases for that. We're currently headed to our Airbnb. We've got to do some sort of riddle, it seems, to get our key. We've got to go to some restaurant, you know, lockbox, and we've got to, you know, work out the combination and
Bit of a quest.
yeah. So we're on a side quest to get into our Airbnb. It's currently 10 to 3. We got a meeting at 3. So let's see how well we pass the key riddle. All right, we have 4 minutes before the meeting. We have key in hand.
3-minute ETA.
Trouble is, we don't know where we're walking to. Think it's round here. So,
Yeah,
this is a white label collaborative engagement, the UX, UI, web design portion of a larger project. He's going to talk to us about what the pages need. We'll talk a little bit about the audience, and then River, I'll need you just to jump in about what guardrails we have, if any, regarding the visual design. You've mentioned phrases like Apple-like, the Rolls-Royce. Mm-hmm. Talk to a little bit about what they're expecting visually, and you know, we'll obviously do as much as we can to bring that to life. But again, no matter, you know, how awesome a website's been designed, if you've got a shit-looking brand, it can sometimes fall to it. So talk to us about what is it they're expecting. Apple, Rolls-Royce, and let's see if we can get an understanding of what type of experience they're looking for here.
I've not seen any sort of brand guidelines. Yeah, I think that's probably how much thoughts went into it. And now they're maybe at the stage where we're hearing from different people, we should really increase the brand.
I do see a lot of opportunity here for us to wow them with, whoa, this is what our brand could be. This is how it could feel, exposing those gaps through execution alone.
Like you say, we need to win the trust first.
Right, so this is us for the next 3 days. We've just checked into this sick Airbnb and we're going to be here doing all the internal stuff, working on Yugen, brainstorming, just having a real big kind of deep session on working on all those things that we wanted to for so long. So yeah, we're going to go to CommonMatters, which is one of the first design events we're going to in a long while. The HyperFocus team going to be there. They're doing a talk and connecting over a few beers after, hopefully.
Few beers?
Few bevies.
Say less.
You got here for us, mate. Nice little makers. Cheers.
Just rocked up in the nick of time. We made it, my guy. Looking forward to seeing how this goes down. The crowd is spinning up. We're the opposite of the cool kids at the back of the bus. We are the nerds at the front. So, front row seat, what are you saying, man?
Top students.
Top students.
There's no one actually having the master plan to make a career. Everyone is on his own journey, and yeah, again, there's no straight path, and everyone figures it out himself.
It's like finding other ways to provide value rather than just pointing and shooting is what we're figuring out at the moment.
Be that North Star for the version of you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
3 killer case studies, essentially. That's what we've just had.
Yeah.
It's got the cogs turning. I'm inspired. Maybe it's the Maker's Mark talk. I don't know, but I think tomorrow I'm ready to throw out everything that I've planned for tomorrow in order to talk about what's next for Yugen, because I've got some.
Oh, mate, what can of worms is this?
I know, mate.
I made a note inspired by Emma at Wolf Ollings saying, sell belief, own the narrative, and be the benchmark. There's a bit of a theme with you today. 2 mics and 2 drinks.
Bright and early, rise and shine. Good morning, everybody. It's going to be a fantastic day today. Super excited to get stuck into it. We had an awesome night last night. We hung out with the boys at HyperFocus and the lovely team at Craft. Big shout out to them for putting on such a wicked event. And yeah, it's good to finally meet the boys behind the brand review. That was pretty cool. So yeah, today we're going to lock ourselves into this Airbnb. We're going to get some deep strategy done. Honestly speaking, I did have a bit of a agenda. I think after last night, we've just decided to rip that whole thing up. So we'll see what we're going to do. We've not quite worked it out yet. It's still early, people. So I think first of all, we're going to go head downstairs, see if we can find some coffee, because this boy needs some fuel in him. And then we're going to get to work. But yeah, it's going to be a wicked day. Look at this view as well, everybody. There we go. Yeah, I'd love to sort of unpack that entire brand architecture, because I do feel like there's an entire ecosystem that is going to make up the Yugen Studio brand. You notice how we're saying Yugen Studio, because I think, spoiler alert, I think agency needs to go. So there's a whole ecosystem that I think we need to just shape, and under that consideration, it's the Frontier. It's Matthew C. Goff as a personal brand. It's River Page as a personal brand. See if we can sort of rationalise it. Where are you at with all this?
Yeah, same really. I feel like we could really benefit from getting down a manifesto. So it's less around kind of like purpose and mission,
and really just like who the fuck we are, what we stand for and what we believe. It's not creating stuff, it's just getting our true, authentic selves down on a sheet of A4 paper. I feel like that could be a really good place to start.
I promised I was going to keep this somewhat professional, but we might have had a couple too many beers last night. This is much needed.
What do you think people feel or believe, or what is the narrative they tell themselves when they interact with Yugen?
Premium. I don't know what, the first one that came to me, I think that is something people always say, can we afford you? So I think premium is definitely one of the first things, for good or for bad, you know, whether again, they're filling in the blanks there themselves, aren't they, right? I think they do see competence and expertise. I think it is evident. I think it's evident in the way that we present ourselves, but I do believe it is somewhat surface level still. And again, I think, right, there's no doubt that our portfolio on the website is piss poor. But we still, you know, we still get work. People still see quality in us. And I wonder if, you know, again, that is that sort of top level credibility checker, you know, talking about that tenth of a second to make a judgment call. I think because we present ourselves so well, let's say outside of the work, more at a high level, I think people just look and make that decision. I know we've been talking about what we do with this new website, and I think the answer is, yeah, it gets stripped back. We show, don't tell. And right now, we're doing a lot of telling.
We tell, don't show.
We tell, don't show.
We've got a massive portfolio that we've not added to the website.
Our best work, nobody has seen yet.
We do need to allow room. We know we're at capacity with both delivery and working on the business at the moment.
Yeah.
We need to allow for room of pursuit of these opportunities.
Yeah.
We can't just be waiting for them to knock on the door. We need to, like, I mean, that's where spec work. And I don't think we call it spec work. I think it's fun, personal projects.
Yeah.
Not spec work like, oh, let's make it look like we've worked on a thing. It's like, here's an interesting perspective on this. I want to get creative.
So at the top here, we've got Yugen Studio, head of the table, the king of kings. Beneath which we have the Frontier, and then we have the Frontier Studio Hours. The Frontier Studio Hours being what you're seeing right now, but I think the Frontier is more high production and it gets broken down into different pieces of content. I think that's an easy way to have a clear distinction between these two channels. I don't know if it is always as black and white as this is for this audience and this is for that audience, and there's no crossover. And then beneath that, we've got our personal brands. So Matthew C. Goff personal brand. That's who you're looking at right now, everybody. And then River Page personal brand. On the side of that, we have Yugen Bloom. That is our entry-level product for brands in 2 weeks. That is being changed slightly. Right now, we're offering a little bit too much, in our opinion. We're offering brand, website, pitch deck. It's too much. It's too much. It was we've run it as a bit of a trial run, a pilot, if you will, for the past year. It's been really successful. What we found is that not everybody wanted those things that we had in Bloom. So we're going to strip it back, 2 weeks, a brand sprint, and we've got some thoughts on that, and that is going to be part of this conversation. And then on the side of that is something that is a little bit under wraps right now, but there is another ancillary business that will still be connected to the Yugen ecosystem, but very much a standalone entity.
The amount of clarity that we've gained from taking the time to go through who we are, what do we stand for, what do we believe, has been so useful in helping us to understand what our identity is as an agency, as a studio. And I'm just feeling really energized now for where we can take this. So we've done the thinking, we've done the strategy, we've mapped out who we are, and now next we get into how do we make this tangible? How does this manifest in the verbal expression, in the visual expression? How does it manifest in our services and how we conduct business going forwards? So in a really exciting place now, and yeah, this feels pretty transformational.
This is the experience that we take our clients through, building out this brand. And we've always just, 4 years ago, we built on the fly. So we've never done it. We've never had time to truly do it, which isn't all that uncommon, may I just add. A lot of design agencies, I do feel, have this same problem. So yeah, we've sat down, we've given ourselves the time, the care, the attention that we deserve. As Rivers just said, we've got a really clear understanding now of what this looks like, just in terms of a strategy. And now it's where the rubber meets the road, and we start to turn this into something that we can action.
Yeah, so we've just been going through a bit of a Pinterest board, looking at inspiration and having a look at a few studios as well, to see where we could take the visual direction for the brand, for our studio. We purposefully started without looking at other studios and agencies, so we could just have a look at things outside of our space, because it's easy to kind of get drawn into something and be like, that's what we want. But then, yeah, moved on to having a look at a few website experiences to kind of see, gain internal alignment of where we see the brand going. And it seems like there's lots of exciting directions we could take it. 3D elements, graphic overlays, bringing in kind of fluid kind of forms that can maybe morph into different things, bringing in kind of elements that represent the sectors that we kind of operate in and serve. And maybe going back to our origins as well, having a look at, where the name came from, and maybe kind of like hidden meanings and things kind of emerging out of the shadows or something like that.
So it's been a long day. We've done a lot of strategy you guys have saw today. It's been fun. It's been really collaborative, really engaging, but we're a little bit wiped, if I'm being honest. So we're going to kick back. We're going to throw a movie on, I think is the plan. We're going to get our laptops out, do little bits here and there, see if we can wrap this up nice. But yeah, super productive couple of days. Really excited for what's to come. All I can say, guys, Yugen Studio is just the beginning.